Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to episode 3 of Rebuilding Palermo. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe and go and check out all my other content. That would be hugely appreciated. And what's really appreciated is my patrons. If you want to become a patron and really help this channel, you can always pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below and everything else in the description. Now, I just want to say a big thank you for the support with this little mini series. Honestly, I really enjoy it. Really do. I've enjoyed playing it. It's a lot of fun. It's different in a way because I've had to, really dig deep and scramble and scrap. But I love that. I love a good Football Manager challenge, and anything that gets my juices flowing in this game is a good thing to me. So, yeah, hopefully you'll stick with it and keep enjoying it. And we're into the third season, and we're into Serie B. So, we're getting there now. We're climbing quite easily, really. We're a big club, though. But it's going to be a challenge when you're absolutely skint. But I had a few tricks up my sleeve. Let's find out what I did. So after last season's heroics through the playoffs, it was quality. I love that. I loved it in the league. And there were times when I thought we might win the league, and then times I might thought we're going to drop out and have to go on a real long playoff run. But we finished second, went into the quarterfinals, and the 3 Serie C's all battle it out in a massive playoffs, and it's fun and exciting. And it's brilliant when you win it, and we won it. So we find ourselves in Serie B, but like anything like this, when you start rapidly climbing through the leagues, sometimes you might fly up, but your squad, it takes time to catch up. Now that can be easy, especially in England, when there's money. I mean, there's even money in the Championship when you compare it to Italy at the minute, and Italy is on its arse skin. There's not a lot of money in any of these leagues really, apart from the elite of the Serie A. But right now, we're going to start here on the 21st of August, and you'll see I've got $1.5 million in the bank. I've got an 84 grand wage budget, although I'm currently spending over that. But I've had to make decisions, and we're back in the Serie B. We're not going to be favourites to do anything, but I've got good staff, and I believe in a lot of different things. And honestly, I made a signing which, when I first made it, I thought people might laugh at this and just think it's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time, and hopefully by the end of this episode, it can prove to you that it's something special still. So when it comes to the board, they want me to fight bravely against relegation. I'll show you the odds in a second. They're not favourable, I'll be honest with you. The Coppa Italia, we're now in the real cup, which is exciting. Just wants to reach the 3rd round qualifying. No idea what that is. We'll have a look at that as we play through it. As you can see, I've already played some games. But yeah, couldn't wait, honestly. I was scared, but I was so excited to get stuck in. I've made my transfers, and you'll see some soon. And you see that with the other 2 teams that promoted, we're all favourites to go straight back down, but I don't believe that. I think I've got a decent team now. One thing I realised when I went from Serie D to Serie C was how many decent players were available on a free, and I managed to put an entire squad together. I brought like 23 players in, and they were pretty good, in my opinion, for that level. And some of them are going to carry over to this level, I believe. You'll see that in a minute. And then I promoted someone as well, and a few other youngsters. So I believe we could do a lot better than that. I think we're going to shock the world. So I've managed to bring in some money. I'm going to show you a few of my outs, and one of them is Fabio Poru or whatever. Now I brought him in last year. Didn't really do much for me, and I've sold him on to Foggia. It's the same with Mark Hamill. I brought him in last year. He played 15 games for us in the league and that, so he was alright. But yeah, in on a free, out for a profit. This player, I didn't want to sell. He was, in fact, in my under 19s, under 18s. Obviously, he's only 17. He was a high prospect. Obviously, got some work needed on him. Now, they bought him for about 150 grand. It's going to rise to 350. I couldn't stop it. I don't know why the board were so adamant in letting him go. Now, before we look at the ins, let's show you some of my staff ins. And when it comes to employing the youth staff, I'm not doing that. I can't be bothered. I've got a lot of Football Manager to play at the minute, so I'm minimising certain areas. But I am doing my own staff, my main first team staff. So I brought in a new coach and a new physio. And as you can see, I think we've got easily, possibly the best staff in the league, apart from man management, but that's okay. Scouting team, I've just not got the spaces, can't get it any bigger. And the medical team's nearly there. So, this is always an advantage. This will always push you higher up the league, I believe. We've signed Ivan Marconi, 31-year-old Italian, can play centre-half and left-back, and I think he's decent. We've also signed Michel Fornesier, sounds French to me, 27-year-old Italian centre-half, can help out in a few other positions, used to play for Parma. We've loaned in Marco Martinez, a 17-year-old Italian. We've brought him in from Milan, defensive midfielder. You know, he's not outstanding on paper, but I think he's got great potential, and he should help us out, and maybe we can help Milan out by developing him. Next up was one I was really happy with. We've signed Anur Kali, that's what I'm calling him. He's 30 years old, Moroccan. Never played for Morocco. He was playing in Holland. Now he's a central midfielder, but I think for Serie B, I like him, and I like that he's a bit angry. I like him. Next up, we've brought in another loan. It's Fabrizio Caligari, or Caligula. Bit of a Roman thing for you. 21-year-old Italian central midfielder. Again, very good player. Another midfielder on loan, 20-year-old Fabian Straudi. Again, another good player, another good squad player, fleshing out this team. Next up, another loan signing, Tofol Montiel, who's Spanish, 21 years old, loads of potential. He's actually a Fiorentina player, but he's played last year for Vicenza. Played the full season for them, so hopefully he can give us a full season and keep getting better. Next up is one of my favourite signings because he's 17, but I think this kid's got the basis to be a brilliant, brilliant player. He's not a wonder kid or anything, and he's on loan from Atalanta, but yeah, I think what a right back, what a player for us to have. Last but not least, on a free, I couldn't help it. I saw him and I thought, really, there's a lot of great legends that are out there on frees, but you can't even get anywhere near him. Now, Wayne was happy to talk to me, and he's accepted £5 a week as an impact sub. And I thought, brilliant, bit of experience. He can mentor some of the young strikers. I'm going to show you two in a minute, you've never seen before. He's had 2 good years at Derby, where he's pretty much got a goal every 2 games. So that's really good. Great mentals, great technicals for this level. His physicals have dropped off, but he can play all the way through the team. And he was going to play up front for me. He's going to play in the middle. He's going to play as a defensive midfielder. And yeah, I was also going to make him the club captain. Yes, Wayne Rooney is Captain Marvel. He is going to be the leader of this team this season. His experience, his star power. We've made a fortune, hopefully, in selling Rooney shirts. I'm a Manchester United fan, so having one of our greatest ever players here with me is brilliant. If we can get a good season out of him, it'll be even better. So, you know, I do always try and sign young players, but sometimes, you know, needs must, and you need a bit of experience. And I'm hoping I'm going to put him in a mentor group with 2 young lads, and let's see if he can rub off on him, not in a sexual way, and help them become better footballers. Now, the first one of these young strikers I'm promoting for my own youth team is Fortunato Di Giammatteo. Wow, what a name. 18-year-old G-Dog, we'll call him. I don't know, we need a name for him that's not bloody 10 miles long. But he's got loads of potential. Good striker. He's actually scored 2 goals in 1 game in pre-season. He's one of our own, which is great, but he's not my favourite. My favourite is Nazarino Mazuco. You know what the commentators are going to do when he scores a goal, don't you? Goal Mazuco! It's going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, looking at him, again, he's not a wonder kid. He's just a young striker. He's fairly ambitious, but I like him. I like his framework, and he's the best we've got. And I can't sign a lot of players. There's not all these superstar freebies out there. Even the loan market, you know, you can only push that so far financially. Sometimes you've got to give a kid a chance. And if you give a kid a chance and you play him, they might just not let you down. So with that in mind, I think I've got a decent team. I think we're not a bottom 3 team. I think we're mid-table and above, especially with some of these lads, especially with our team spirit, especially with our staff, and especially with me as the freaking manager, honestly. Loving this, absolutely loving it. So we've still got Andrea Dina, good keeper. Got him last year, halfway through the season. Centre halves are pretty good. Lotte, obviously you've seen that geezer. We're good. Left backs, not too bad. Stefanin and Marconi's coming as well. Obviously we've got the young right back who I think is really, really, really good. Wayne Rooney, defensive midfielder, can play in the centre. He can play up top. What a player he is. What a player to have. We've got the new guy on loan on the right wing. We've got the guy who played up front quite a lot of the year last year because of his finishing. He's going to slot out back to being a left winger, but then I've got good backups like Strombelli and so on, Ambro, who can also play in the centre. We've got 2 young strikers with Rooney, and we've also still got Piccioni, who's half decent, 30-year-old. I felt really good. And we started off with a 4-game pre-season, kept it nice, small and compact. I want to giddy with this year. And again, my only tour options was Israel and Malta. So Malta's not that far. Cheaper air tickets, really. So yeah. Although I think some of them went over on the ferry because they're scared of flying. But you know what I mean? Decent pre-season, decent results, some massive results for us. Now I am scouting again, even though I've got no money, and that's the trouble. I would have loved to have done something similar to my journeyman, like I've done with Besiktas and Steaua Bucharest, where I'm finding loads of players on frees, I'm bringing them in, I'm keeping what I like, and I'm selling instantly the ones I don't like, and I'm making really good money out of doing that. At the start of the season, you can search for players whose contracts run out in a year, scout them. Then it gets to January, look for players whose contracts run out in 6 months, scout them. Then it gets to the end of March, beginning of April, look for players whose contracts run out in 3 months, scout them. And then you can even do it in June for the last month, scout them. And then just get the best list you can, filter it out, and sign what you can as early as you can. I can't do this with Parma because we haven't got any money to do anything with. So it's frustrating because we're a big club and there's players who would come here if I could afford them. So we have in fact played in the Coppa Italia. You might have seen before what's happened. But yeah, we beat Chieti, I think, 3-0 in the second qualifying round. But then came up against Sampdoria, Serie A team, steeped in history. A team hopefully we can be bigger than one day, because I think we can be. And we got beat 4-2. Wayne Rooney scoring. Rooney. So we're out of this, but it's not a bad thing. Just concentrate on this league. And the first thing I want to do is stop here. And it's the beginning of December. And it's a Serie B game against Cremonese, a team that used to be Serie A team I talked about in the last episode because they offered me a job. And I don't know if any of you noticed that cheeky little female that I put in there that was painted in a Cremonese shirt. So I usually get a comment of someone when I do stuff like that, moaning about it. But no one did. You must have all enjoyed it. Even though she looked like she was out of like a 1970s porno. Anyway, I had to jump back in because this game was absolutely insane. 10 goals. I mean, goals everywhere. They had one guy, Matteo Brunoni, or Brunari, or whatever his name is, who scored 4. And it was just back and forward. It was absolutely insane. Wayne Rooney got 2. Callie, my little bulldog, in the middle of the park, got a goal. Mazuko got a goal up top. Fish Naylor on the left scored. He never scored last year when he played up freaking top. And my left back got on the score sheet as well. It was a fucking amazing game. About a week or 2 later, we played Crotone at home. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I've got that wrong. And we beat him 3-0. It was a very good game. A great team performance from my boys. But again, Wayne Rooney, man of the match as a defensive midfielder. Now, he started out the season, I won't lie, as a striker. I'm going to look at that. But as a player, he is, in this league, at this age, phenomenal. It's like Pirlo. Do you remember Pirlo as he got older? He didn't run about. He just had great touch. He pinged that ball about. He was just a class above. Now, I watch on 3D. And I watch my games. I fluctuate between key highlights and extended highlights. And depending on how much time I've got, depending on what's going on in the game, majority is key highlights. But whenever I see Wayne Rooney play on here, you can just tell, especially in that role, he just sits there and he puts them passes out. He'll charge in from the edge of box and twat the ball into the net or at the net. He has been an absolute class above, in my opinion. And I personally believe he's one of the main reasons we're here. Now, did you think you'd see us there? Maybe I didn't. I didn't believe we'd be bottom 3. I know how I play this game. I just felt good about it. Did I feel like we could be top? No, but I don't think we've been perfect. We've lost 5, drawn 2, but everyone else is... It's just a very competitive league. I mean, if you look at us, we've lost 5 games. You can go all the way down. Look, 3, they've lost 6. Some of these have lost 5. I don't think there's much. There's not a lot in it. I mean, 6, 7 points all the way down to here isn't a lot. So it's fine. It is fine margins. One thing that's annoying me is this. Now, it is the updated names on my game. I don't know if this is because I've used someone else's database to get Serie D. But Juventus is called Juventus, but they forgot to change under 23's name. And I mean, it is all about the Serie B. Got knocked out of the cup quite early, so it's just league. And, you know, it ain't perfect. We lost our very first game and I thought, shit. But then we went on this fantastic run. Absolutely amazing run. Look, Wayne Rooney scored in that game. That Cali and all. Wayne Rooney in that game. Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. Wayne Rooney, even when we lost. And we find ourselves top of the league. Top of the league. And we've obviously got half a season left to play. There's a long way to go. But yeah, wow. Absolutely brilliant. These are the average ratings. We've got a good group of players here. Wayne Rooney and Cali, though, top lads. Especially them two in the middle. Perfect together. Absolutely perfect. I've got Wayne sitting in a hole, pinging out passes like Pirlo and Scholes it. I've got Cali just disrupting, tackling. He's good on the ball. He's a good player too. Now, it's Barzuko. I really want this kid to progress. I think he will. 6 in 11, pretty much. With a couple of substitute appearances. He's a goal every other game. Defensively, you might look at that instant and go, shit, you're a bit low there-ish. But it's not, again, not much in it. It's fine margins in this league. Going forward, though, fantastic. Goals from absolutely everywhere. Look at that. 35 to 36-year-old. Captain Marvel Wayne Rooney is the 4th best player in the league. And my left back, one of my centre halves, and then Cali just creeps in at the very bottom there. Now, I've not done much of this because I very rarely have older players. But when you've got someone like Wayne Rooney, I looked into it a bit more. You can make a mentor group. You have to have 3 players within that group to do it, or for it to work. So we've got Wayne Rooney, and I put the 2 kids in there with him. Don't know how long they're going to be in there together, but you think if he's mentoring them for a year, hopefully he can rub off on them, like I said earlier. Not with his penis, with his footballing knowledge and skill, and turn them into really good players. They're only 19 years old, man. And what I'll do is I'll show you the highlights of this game. It's the last game we've played. It's against Monza. They're the team we played first, team that beat us at home and made me think, shit, we're in trouble. But we bounced back from it. Now, I'm not saying this is his best ever goal. I just want to show you his goal. A goal from him. But it was also a game where he came off and the young kid came on. The other lad, who's not as good, maybe a step behind him, and he came on and scored as well. So it was a great day out for all. I gave Wayne Rooney a rest, trying to save him. Once I realised how bloody good he is, you start going, we're top of the league here. Wayne Rooney goes out, this whole ship's going to sink. But on a positive note, when I asked for more coaches, they gave me 2. So I've brought one in at this point, and we've been able to up the man management side of it, and I've still got the ability to bring in another coach. But again, it's not that easy. There's coaches out there, and some of them want stupid money I can't afford. And I'm not willing to just get coaches for coaches' sake. I'd rather maybe save that spot. And at the head of my coaching team is my assistant, and I signed him when I came into power. Or was it 2020? Yeah. Maybe after my first season. Because I kept the staff in the first year. Played a lot of Football Manager. This one's where I kept the staff because it was good. Yeah, and then when we got to Serie C, I scrapped it and built my own. And I found Giuseppe Di Fiudis, 36-year-old Italian, used to be a player, played for some really good teams. Torino, Lecce and stuff like that. Now he retired to become my assistant, and he's fucking brilliant at this level, absolutely brilliant. So there you go, that's the halfway point, 2nd of January. I think we need to step this up now, move on and get looking at it. But it's all about this league, and we find ourselves at the top 2. Let's go for it now, man. Why not? But what happens if you don't get top 2? Is there any other way into Serie A? Now then, obviously, like I just said, you get top 2, you go up. Now, if you come 3rd, you can go up, but there's also a chance, depending on how many other teams have got a certain amount of points, you could end up in the playoff. So 3rd is up in the air. I think if you go on here, it'll tell you if more than 14 points separate 3rd and 4th, you go up. If fewer than 15 points separate 3rd and 4th, right, there you go. So between them 2, yeah, you're either going to go up, which would be great, or you're in the playoff. Prize money's not amazing, but for us, that's a fortune. My goal later, I think, is brilliant for this level. Really good. It's only 25. Broke his ankle, could be out for 4 to 6 months. That's his season done. And I thought this was it. He's a big part of why we're doing so well. And yeah, I was a bit worried at this point. There's a reason I showed you my assistant earlier, because he is great. And he's starting to get management interest, and you can't really take that away from him. I tried to keep him, but he wouldn't have it. And he's gone to one of our smaller rivals, Messina, but the shitter of the 2 Messinias. And he's gone all the way back down to Serie D Group I, which is where we started out. So good luck to him. But I really realised how lucky I was to have him, because I really couldn't replace him with anyone of the same kind of quality. This is the best I could get, and he's good. He's 34 years old, similar thing. He's retired to become my assistant. Maybe he can improve. He's got it's decent for this level. Now, welcome back. It's the 25th of April, and I've come back here now because we're at the main running at this point. and we are back to being top of the league, but like this. At this moment in time, we've got 69 points, joint with Empoli. Verona are only 3 points behind us. LETSPLAY aren't too far either. It's a good bloody league. Now, Wayne Rooney is the third best player in that league, and he has just been consistent. How he's not got injured, I don't know. He's just been relentless for me. But look who is now the leading goal scorer. Look what happens sometimes when you give a kid a chance. 17 goals in 25 games. Look at the improvement in the kid. Sitting in a mentor group with Wayne Rooney, playing as much as he can play, and he's getting better and better. He's not even worth a lot of money. Second half of the season, we've been okay. We've lost 2, we've drawn 4, but we haven't been beat for a good chunk of time here. We've beat some good teams that are in and around us. Next team, though, is up there with us. We've got Cremonese, we're good. But there's only 4 games left, and as you've seen, it is freaking tight. Well, we didn't start off in the best way. At home, we need to be picking up maximum points, but we dropped points. But they are one of the best teams in the league. It was 1-1. Luca Lotti got us our goal. It's just really close. When the centre-half scores, it's just Mizuko had one of his off days. Rooney didn't play, so it wasn't the best. So the next game, though, we were much, much better, especially at Mizuko, getting both the goals, one early, one late. Rooney was out again. He had a knock, and you can tell the difference the way the team just plays and moves without him there. He's a big-time player. Next, though, it's starting to get pretty serious. This was on TV, and this was nail-biting stuff. I absolutely bricked my knickers. And when Mizuko, the kid, from Palermo, by the way, he is a Palermo native, scored the goal in the 93rd minute. I think I actually weed my knickers, jumped around the room, kissed my wife, threw my son in the air. And then the last game of the season against Crotone, that's what I'm calling him, a 2-1 win. Rooney missing the end of it. He came on as a sub, but once he got that knock, it was hard to get him back for the rest of the season then, because of his age maybe. But he made that little appearance for the last few minutes. Absolute legend. Got a standing ovation because he has been great this season. But was he good enough? Were we good enough? Yes, we were by 6 points. Obviously, we drew 1-3 in that run-in, which was fantastic. So everyone had to stick with that kind of record, and they couldn't. At this moment in time, no, the playoffs aren't completely finished, but who cares about that? You don't care. I don't care. We'll show you that next episode. The best thing is that result. Giving a kid a chance and having him end up the best striker in the league. Wayne Rooney, I thought, is he really going to do it? You probably maybe even laughed at me. Third best player in the league, integral to everything we did. Captain Marvel, I salute you. Most man of the matches, absolute freaking beast of a warrior of a player. And they've given me quite a lot to spend. They're willing to put the club in a bit of debt. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Obviously, I've not been scouting free players, so I haven't got this great list to look at, but it's positive and also very scary because I think we're going to be way, way, way out of our depth in Serie A. We ain't performing no miracles next year. I'm pretty proud of my record so far. I think I've done really well. I think I've done better than I thought. I think it's given me not only a lot of love playing, but a lot of belief in myself as a manager, really, when I do a lot of stuff. When you've got no money, seriously, I think it's the best way to play. And this kid, yeah, whatever happens, even if I could sign some really good player on loan or find a really good freebie, I'm going to keep Mizuko. Serie A, let's stick him right into the fire and see if he can just rise like a freaking phoenix and kick people's asses, because he's awesome. What I love about him is born in Palermo. He's a Palermo supporter. He's one of the boys. He loves me, which is great. Absolutely great. And I think being with Wayne all year has really helped the kid. Now, this is a squad's contracts. Obviously, the loan players will go. These 3, I'm not bothered about at all. They can go. But from Wayne Rooney down, everyone's signed up for next year. And a lot of them are decent-ish. But I think what I was going to have to look at next year was the loan market. Obviously, if I can find some half-decent frees, that's great. But we're going to have to use that loan market, get sort of some big-ass teams, and see if we can, survive. It's all about survival next year, not growing and developing a team. It's about surviving and maybe developing Mizuko as much as we can. But goals-wise, what a player. Wayne Rooney, defensive midfield, my right winger on loan, great player. My left winger scored more goals on the left wing than he did as a striker. Assist, that young right back, fantastic player. So remember, that's the end of season 3. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. Hopefully you're impressed with that, because I was bloody impressed. It was awesome, really. But next year's going to be next level. Next level, Juventus, Ronaldo, Inter Milan, Roma, Lazio, Napoli. We're doomed. It's all about trying to survive with peanuts. But yeah, it's going to be fun, hopefully. I've started playing it. Got to get that finished off. So I don't know when the next one's going to be out. There's going to be Journeyman out. There's going to be some Salford out soon as well. So just keep your eyes out. The best thing to do is hit that notification bell, and you never miss an episode. And you don't want to miss an episode, especially of rebuilding Palermo, because this is freaking brilliant. Absolutely love it. Seriously, let me know how your saves are going. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you think. Hopefully, you're all happy. You're all safe. So for me and my family, to you and yours, stay safe, stay well, and booed. I'll see you next time.